First, we are discussing today is on procrastination. And then we talked about section 2 will be on addiction. And then section 3 will be on understanding the power of breath work. And I will show you breath work for peace, breath work for immune booster, breath work for theta brainwave, and breath work for busy mind. For those that talk about the fact that their mind will be jumping up and down yesterday, breath work for busy mind. And then section 4 is on the science of answer to prayer. Now, we've done science of answer to prayer 1 and 2. If you have not seen that, you can go to the YouTube channel, you'll find it. So today we are doing part 3. And if time permits us, maybe we'll do some other things. Okay, but there's supposed to be a time for testimony. Okay, I think I missed that out. There's supposed to be a time for testimony. Let me check. I think I missed that out. So there's supposed to be a time for testimony. That's when we'll be discussing basically what the year has been like. For those of you that have been with us for over a year, what has been your experience? What have you learned? And that should be after addiction. We'll do that after addiction, before, yes, testimony. We'll do that after addiction before we start discussing the breath work. So this is what we're going to be doing today. So we'll start with the first session today. And remember, the first session today is on procrastination. You know, a lot of people have issue with procrastination. It's important to understand what really happened when you procrastinate. So you understand exactly why you are procrastinating. Because when you know why you are procrastinating, it becomes a lot easier to avoid procrastination. But when you don't know the reason why you're procrastinating, then it's difficult for you to prevent procrastination because you don't know the reason why you are procrastinating. So what we will look at is to understand that reason why you're procrastinating. But before we start, let me start again with my usual opening message. And I use this opening message all the time deliberately because it gives us an insight into why we do what we do so that we can understand why we do what we do. And I always use a scripture as an anchor for this, and that's from Romans 1:12. It said, "For the invisible things of him from the creation of the world are clearly seen, being understood by the things that are made, even his eternal power and God so that without excuse." Another translation says that God, eternal power and God and character cannot be seen. But from the beginning of creation, God has shown what these look like by what he has made. That's why those people are without any excuse. This basically talks about the fact that you can learn and study and understand God just from studying creation. You can learn and understand God just from studying creation. And that's very powerful because it lets you understand the fact that there are so many things we miss out because we are not conscious of our environment. There's so many things we miss out because we're not conscious. When you are very conscious of environment, there are so many things you will not miss out. We don't see God in small things. Let me give you an example. If you look at the way plants grow, you plant seed into the soil, it germinates and grow. You plant seed into the soil, it germinates and grow. That's the principle. It's the principle of sowing and reaping. Now, if God put it like that, that tells you something about God, that there is a time of sowing and reaping. There is a time of sowing and reaping. Life generally. There are times you will do a lot of work and there's nothing, it seems like nothing is happening. And then there will be time that it's like they are now seeing you. You are no more hidden. Everything is coming to you because you are reaping the effort you put in at that particular point in time. And the duration of the sowing and reaping varies depending on exactly what you are expecting. But the idea is the principle of sowing and reaping. Now, understanding this guides you to be able to ensure that you are not in a hurry because you now understand I'm basically saying that just by studying creation, just by looking at what has been made around us, just by looking at what has been made in creation, you can easily, you can easily understand God by just studying creation. You can easily understand God by just studying creation. And that makes you to be able to understand the principle of God easily and be able to also deal with issues in life, because then you can understand the issue of life more clearly without any sentiment, knowing that this is just a matter of maybe life reading, like we talked about yesterday. So I would like to state that some of the languages used in scriptures are based on the limitation and understanding of the people at that time. Limitation and understanding of the people at that time because of their reality, because of their exposure. There are some things they cannot express. Some of the things they saw, I believe, are robots. Some of the things they saw, I believe, are AI. Some of the things they saw and prophesy about, they have to use words that appeal to their time. But in retrospect, we can see that some of the things they saw, particularly in the book of Revelation, a number of them are just modern technology. But some words were used, and they were used because that's the only way they can describe it. Something like this, they saw something and it looked like this, like this, like this, because that's the only way they can understand it and describe it. If the scripture is going to be written today, I'm sure you will see some changes in the languages used. You're going to see words like energies, frequencies, and vibration. Because that's what life is all about, actually. Life is all about energy, frequency, and vibration. That's all what life is all about. Everything is energy. That's physics. That's physics. Everything is energy. That's physics. And law of thermodynamics says that energy is neither created nor destroyed. It can only be converted from one state to the other. That's physics. That's just science. And that's important because it lets you know that even you are energy. Do you know your body produces such a very high level of voltage that it's able to be able to kill if it enters someone? But because they are produced by different cells, each cell in the body has its own voltage. Each cell in the body has its own voltage that it conducts, that it generates rather. And it's such a high voltage the body generates. And it powers the body to be able to keep it alive and do what it has to do. And that's energy right within your cells. That's energy right within yourself. And it's important you understand the genius of human creation, the genius of human creation, because it helps you appreciate God the more and be able to understand the intelligence behind us. And that's why every human being is a fantastic machine, fantastic working machine that can do so much on the earth. But unfortunately, the way we think is such that we outsource what we are supposed to do. We outsource it to religion, to God, to do it for us. The things we can do ourselves by the power God has given us. The thing God's supposed to do for us, we want God to do it. But the one we're supposed to do, we will still want God to do it. And that makes us so powerless. And then we give all the accolade to the devil as the one that can do so much against human being. And the human being is so powerless, whereas the human being is very powerful. Only that the human being does not know that he's powerful. The human does not know that he's powerful. You know? Now, for example, love, joy, and peace make you to be at a high frequency of vibration. Hatred, animosity make you to be at a low frequency of vibration. Anger, hatred, fear, it makes people to do evil. I showed you yesterday, for those just joining us, if you have not seen before, let me show you the map of consciousness. This is the map of consciousness. If you look at this chart right now, you will see where evil is, the view of life as evil. When people, you see all those red area, you don't want to be there. You want to move to the light yellow, or what do you call it? And then yellow, sorry, the yellow and light yellow. Don't mind my color. And then the green, but you want to be in the blue area. 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 Look, make up your mind in 2026. You want to be full of joy, love, and peace. You want to have bliss, serenity. You want to be full of love, joy, and peace. You want to be one with God at all times. You don't want to allow circumstance, situation of life to change your state of consciousness. Because if you allow circumstance, situation of life to change your state of consciousness, you're not going to help yourself at all. If you allow it to affect you, if you allow it to affect your state of consciousness, you're not going to be able to be your best. Why? Because you are allowing circumstance, situation of life. A minute, please. So, like I was saying, can you hear me online? Can you hear me, please? Confirm you can hear me.
I can hear you, sir.
I can. Yeah. The other person is what someone is wasting, the other person is using. And because what someone is wasting, the other person is using, that means there is really no waste. And that's why in countries where knowledge is given the attention it deserves, nothing is wasted. Nothing is wasted. If anything is wasted, it's because the people in that country are not giving knowledge the attention it deserves. Because nothing is wasted. Nothing is wasted. Nothing is wasted. Why? Because what you think is a waste can also be used to create something else. And we are now seeing in our world waste to wealth. Even in your body, even in your body, he has put in place system in your body that enable every human being to manifest their heart desires. And this is the focus of this series that we have started within this period. Now, remember the session this morning, having done my usual introduction, the session this morning is on how to stop procrastinating in the new year. Let me ask you a question. What can you accomplish in the new year if you have all the motivation you need to have? Just think about that. What can you accomplish in the new year? If you have all the motivation you need to have, what can you accomplish in the new year? What can you accomplish in the new year? If you have all the motivation you need to have, what can you accomplish in the new year? The goal of this session is to help you acquire that motivation that is required for you to be able to manifest your desired reality. Remember the definition of manifestation is internally shifting to a degree where you are no longer emotionally dependent upon seeing reality change. Let me dwell on that a little. Manifestation is internally shifting to a degree. So if you are praying for something, when you believe that thing has manifested, when you believe, evidence you believe that that thing has manifested, is when you have internally shifted to a degree that you are no longer emotionally dependent upon seeing reality change. You are no longer emotional. That means you are praying for a job. The way you will feel when that job comes, you're already feeling it now. That means you have shifted internally such that as far as you're concerned, internally, I have the job. As far as you're concerned, internally, I have the job. As far as you're concerned, internally, I have the job. Now, such that you are not bothered, even when the situation outside has not changed. As in, you are not worried, you are not bothered, even when the situation outside has not changed. That means you have not received the offer letter, but you believe you have the job. And the way you feel inside, the way you talk, the way you act, is all pointing to the fact that you have the job. Because you have internally shifted. If you always wait to see it externally before you believe, they say seeing is believing. That's lack of faith. That means you don't believe it has happened. But remember, whatsoever you desire when you pray, believe you have received it and you will have it. That means if you don't believe you have received it, you will not have it. Again, let me also say that action is not the solution to manifesting your desired reality. As a matter of fact, action is a distraction. Please note, action is a distraction. Action is a distraction. Action is a distraction. Note that your old self, your old frequency, your old mindset is an entity that exists on the mental plane. And mental plane is the realm of cause. So this means that your old self can affect you because it exists in your mind. And it's at the realm of cause. Remember, the realm of cause is you, as a human being, you exist on three planes. As a human being, you exist on three planes. You exist spiritually, you exist mentally, and you exist physically. Most of the time, we engage, for the Christian, they engage only the spiritual. They leave the mental and the physical. But you exist on three levels. If you don't engage these three, you will not be able to be your best. So look at this. Number one, you exist at the spiritual level. You are a spirit. You exist at the mental level. That's why you have a soul. You exist physically. That's why you live in a body. The spirit and the mental is the realm of cause. Realm of cause. Realm of cause. Realm of cause basically means where the root cause of things in life. The root cause of things in life. Realm of cause. The root cause of things in your life. Realm of cause. Physical is the realm of effect. But unfortunately, we tend to focus more on the realm of effect than the realm of cause. People tend to focus more on the realm of effect than the realm of cause. And the implication of that is it makes it very difficult for them. It makes it very, very difficult for them to be able. No, I want you to move this to this side. Okay, thank you. It makes it very difficult for them to be able to control their reality because they are depending on effect. So, now I'm saying that to say this. If you are, number one, if you are procrastinating, it's a sign of lack of motivation. You want to do something, but you are procrastinating. Number one, just know that it's a sign of lack of motivation. It's a sign of lack of motivation to do what you want to do. So that means what you need is motivation. What you need is motivation to be able to do what you need to do. So don't go and try to make physical effort to do that thing. The fact that you don't have motivation is a clear indication that something is wrong. And I will tell you what is wrong later on. So that in this new year, before those things you want to go to gym, you want to begin to read maybe once a book every month, or whatever you want to do a certification you want to do something that you keep postponing. The first thing to fix it is not to go and do physical work, no. Because look, have you ever wondered why people set what's the name? People set goal, yes, at the beginning of the year. They call it New Year resolution. But after a few days, we are already on. This morning I was saying, can you imagine? Today is third already. Before you do it, January finish. Oh. Before you do it, January finish. Oh. You think, is it not recently? We just had Happy New Year. Today is third. Though. By Monday, work start. Oh. Many people are back to work, hustling and bustling. Before you know it, January 31, 2026. You'll be shocked. It's going already, little by little, you know. But people make resolution, New Year resolution, but many are unable to keep it. Many are unable to keep it. That when they wake up, they want to do, okay, like this morning now, I've woken up. I woke up around 6. I did my meditation till 7. 7 to 7:30, I did exercise. 7:30 to 8, I had my bath. 8 to 8:30, 8:45, 8 to 8:30, I had morning devotion with my family. And by 8:30, I was on my way to this location. Now, and if it's a work day, that's my routine. Immediately after devotion, I'm on my way to work. And I will do that every day. And I don't even think about it, particularly the exercise. I wouldn't think even if I'm not at home, I will do it. I had to go out with my family. We had to stay in an hotel. The hotel does not have a gym. I would jog on their staircase every morning. I will still do my exercise. Why? I'm already naturally motivated to do it. And I'll tell you why you are not motivated and what you must do. We'll talk about that this morning. That's the first thing we are doing. That's why I'm making this. That because there are a number of things that many are unable to achieve every year because they just keep procrastinating. Procrastination is a sign that there is a blockage somewhere, and I'll tell you where the blockage is of energy, of motivation to be able to get things done that you are supposed to. So if you don't fix that root cause, you are wasting your time. If you now try to do it, say, you willpower, I will do it. I will do it. I must go. I must go. I must. And you do, I must go, I must go, I must go. Before you know it, by second month, many people have stopped. In fact, I was telling my colleague, I said, do you know that people are wiser in January? Everybody is wise in January. But before the end of January, the wisdom will be tested. Because every year in January, everybody, this year I must do this, this year I must do this. So people take some decision in January, and some people are able to follow through, but not many are able to follow through on those decisions. But its beauty is that life is in circles. So a new year is a sign to begin again and begin well, which is good. We're having this conversation this morning. So, like I was saying, sorry, 1 minute. I'm trying to, yes. The reason action is a distraction is because for you to change this situation physically, you must first change it vibrationally. You must first change it vibrationally. You must first change it vibrationally. Remember, your old self is an entity, it's a mind, it's a synaptic connection in your mind that exists in your mind. This means your old mindset can affect you. It can affect the reality that you see in your life. The old self paint a picture that looked like action is the way to solve this problem of procrastination by giving you suggestion based on the history stored in your mind. The reason action is a distraction is because for you to change this situation physically, you must first change it vibrationally. Because before anything exists physically, it must first exist vibrationally. Before anything exists physically, it must first exist vibrationally. Before anything exists physically, it must first exist vibrationally. Please note that there cannot be a change externally until there is first a change internally. I'll take that again. There cannot be a change externally until there is first a change internally. I'll take that again. There cannot be a change externally until there is a change internally. You are operating in the realm of effect. Thank you. When you depend only, when you depend only on willpower to act on the outside, when you depend only on willpower to act on the outside, you know, if you have followed this series, you will realize that if you can grab some of the content, you can fix a lot of issue in life, in your life. You can fix a lot. The idea, the fact that for you to first of all know, just know in your mind that struggling to do anything externally is a sign of a deeper problem. If you take care of it internally, doing it externally become a natural occurrence. You won't struggle. You find it exciting, interesting, wanting to do it. Action does not create. At best, action is a midwife for manifestation of the frequency into that physical reality. So when you are unable to take action because you procrastinated, you begin to blame yourself. Sometimes you begin to feel guilty. So now we're in January. You have made a New Year resolution. You are not able to follow it through. You have made a New Year resolution. You are not able to follow it through. You are now feeling sad, guilty, unhappy. You see, when you begin to do that, you are not even helping yourself further. You are not even helping yourself further. Because you have want to put in willpower now, and it's not working. You begin to blame yourself, feel guilty. When you are trying to manifest your desired reality through a physical effort, that is like changing effect by an effect instead of focusing on the realm of cause. What's the realm of cause? Mental plane, spiritual plane. What's the realm of cause? Mental plane, spiritual plane. So trying to take action is not the solution to getting motivated and thus preventing procrastination. No. Whenever you are trying to take action and you find yourself procrastinating, it makes you to become sad, to become unhappy, to become frustrated, to become annoying, to become apathetic, to become disappointed. The negative emotion that make you, this negative emotion make you to stay glued to the undesired reality of procrastination. So by being sad because you procrastinated, will make you procrastinate the more. By being sad because you procrastinated, will make you procrastinate the more. That's why make up your mind this year again. Even when you mess up, you know you mess up. This was your fault. Don't feel sad, terrible, unhappy. Don't blame, don't feel guilt. Don't just get back to that zone where you are at peace and you know that even this will work together for your good. Even this will work together for your good. This lack of motivation and procrastination sustained by this wrong emotion will perpetuate that frustration. Will perpetuate that frustration. Will perpetuate that frustration. Remember, emotion is an energetic vibration. Emotion is an energetic vibration that compound to a frequency that lead to what you don't want. It leads to what you don't want. So, you wanted to go to gym. Okay, emotion is an energetic vibration. It's an energetic vibration. That energetic vibration compound to a frequency, and this frequency resonate with a reality you don't want. So, negative emotion, so procrastination, negative emotion, negative frequency, negative reality. Bad frequency, bad reality. So that means your feeling is so powerful, your feeling is so critical, your feeling is so important that you do not allow it to be affected negatively by what is happening to you on the outside. If you can make that a life principle this year, I can assure you, you have a best year. You have a better year, because you are taking hold of one of the major causative factors that affect a lot of people and hinder them from manifesting their desired reality. Due to negative emotion that you have, they are not even conscious of. Sometimes what I realize is that people think that when something happens I don't like, I should feel bad about it now. I should feel bad about it. We justify feeling bad. I should feel bad about it. We justify. In fact, if you don't feel bad, people will feel you are not paid, because you must feel bad now. You must feel bad. You must feel bad. You must feel bad. The lack of motivation has continued for so long, and is now an entity with a strong synaptic connection, neural network, that has built a mental real estate in your mind. So that's why sometimes it's so difficult, because it's now an entity that is surviving within your body, using your body as the host. And guess what? What is making it to perpetuate itself is that bad feeling. Unfortunately, the negative experience, like being sad, unhappy, frustrated, annoying, disappointed, which is associated with this, is like a fuel or food that sustains this entity of procrastination in your life. So this emotion make you remain glued to the entity of procrastination even more. That means the more you feel sad, the more you are unhappy, the more you are frustrated, the more you are annoyed, the more you are disappointed about the procrastination, the more you will continue to procrastinate. Due to the negative emotion that you are experiencing because of the constant procrastination, this makes your self-trust to wane. The decline in your self-trust also adversely affects your conviction. You remember, conviction is knowing. It affects your conviction. And this is also a critical part of manifesting your desired reality. Also note that your conviction is based on your self-confidence. Please note that when you are not doing what you know that you should be doing due to procrastination, it make you caused by lack of motivation. It decreases your self-trust. You find it now difficult to trust yourself. Why? Because you are procrastinating. It decreases your self-trust. It decreases your self-trust. It decreases your self-trust. It decreases your self-trust. And do you know what? Self-trust is what gives you confidence. Confidence is what gives you conviction. Conviction is what makes you to believe that this is possible. This can be done. And you need conviction as a critical component of your frequency. A decline in your self-trust negatively affects your self-confidence, which also consequently negatively affects your conviction, which negatively affect manifestation of that desired reality you want. Negatively affect that desired reality you want. Please note that procrastination, motivation, or lack of motivation is a critical evidence, or what you can call a check engine. Is a critical evidence. Someone said, I can't hear anything. I can hear from my device. Those online, can you hear me? Okay, someone is listening here with the device and they can hear. So Emmanuel, can you drop on the chat that Emmanuel should log in and log out again? Okay? Drop on the chat that Emmanuel should log in and log out again. Please know that procrastination, motivation, or lack of motivation is an undeniable evidence or check engine light for separation. Now, what do you want? You want to gym in the new year. What do you want? You want to have investment in the new year. What do you want? You want to have savings in the new year. Now, all those things you want, if you don't become one with it, if you are separated from it, you will procrastinate. So the fact that you need motivation, or there's lack of motivation, or there's procrastination, is a sign that you are not one with your desired reality. I will take that again. The fact that you need motivation, or there's lack of motivation, or there's procrastination, is a critical evidence that you are not one and the same, or in alignment with your desired reality. Immediately, you are in alignment with your desired reality. Ladies and gentlemen, you don't need any motivation. You are naturally motivated. You are naturally motivated. This shows that you are separated from a desired reality, which you are supposed to be one with already. If indeed you want to manifest that desired reality, think about this. Does a fish need motivation to swim? Does a bird need motivation to fly? Does a fitness enthusiast need motivation to go to the gym? It doesn't. Why? It's already one with it. An unhealthy person does not need any motivation to eat an unhealthy meal. An unhealthy person, someone that is unhealthy internally, does not need motivation to eat an unhealthy meal. If you are eating an unhealthy meal, it's because you are unhealthy internally. The day you become healthy internally, you naturally will eat healthy meal. If you are unable to save and invest, it's because you are still in alignment. You are in honeymoon with poverty. You are refusing. I'm serious. The day you are in alignment with wealth and you are one with wealth and you are in the same frequency of wealth, I can assure you, you will not need motivation to save and invest. So that you still need someone to motivate you to do that is clear evidence You are separated from wealth. You are separated from wealth. You are separated from wealth. You are not one with it. You are not in alignment with it internally. An unhealthy person does not need any motivation to eat unhealthy meal. Every Sunday we have this program. I don't need motivation to do it. Sometimes we have 2 people, 3 people, 5 people, 10 people. I don't need motivation to do it. Why? Because for me to do it, I need to learn. For me to learn, it makes me to grow. So I'm naturally motivated to want to. And as I learn and grow, I also want to share. Naturally motivated. Please note that the reason why is because behavior follow frequency. Ladies and gentlemen, behavior follow frequency. 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 Behavior follow your state of consciousness. Behavior follow your mental attitude, your self-concept. Behavior follow frequency. If you are behaving in a certain way that you don't like, don't fight. Don't be angry. Just say, why am I doing the way? Why am I? Something happened recently. My son, I'm sure he's around. I I told him, I told him, uh, I told him what he need to, what he needs to watch, when he needs to, how he needs to spend his days, and we agree on how he needs to spend his days. And so he, no, sorry, not that one. He did something, not that one. He did something. He did something. He did something. I said, okay, you cannot use a phone, so I'll give you a tablet. So it's easy for me to, what's the name? Monitor what you watch, and then take it from you when required. And then the tablet does not have access to social media. So you don't have access to social media. So, because you have that, you can't touch your mommy's own. So he will, because there's an app for football. He likes football a lot. He said, I used to like football also. I stopped liking it. You keep kind of beating at each other for football. You are like, so when I see the way he likes football, I didn't even bother him. Go ahead, just read your book. But he knows so much about European League more than I do. He can spend the whole day watching football. But so there's this game of football, this app. So he installed it on the mom's phone. So I deleted it. He now went, and he now promised me he's not going to. I don't like beating, but he will serve punishment. So he served punishment, and then he now said he will not again. Now, morning, how are you? He said he will not again. Guess what? In the next 1 hour, he did it. So I now said, what happened? He now said, Mommy, pray for me, pray for me. And I will not do this, and I've done it again. I was laughing. But you know why he would do that? Because as a child, the prefrontal cortex is not developed. That is the seat of willpower. So, and that's the issue with many parents. They don't understand that the child prefrontal cortex is not developed. And because it is not developed, the child will make promises and he will break the promise. He will make promises and he will break the promise. And that is fine. It's to guide, to ensure he's able to keep improving and improving until, even as a teenager, your prefrontal cortex is fully developed when you are in your 20s. So teenagers also find it difficult sometimes to take decision and stand by it. Why? Because the prefrontal cortex is not yet fully developed. Now, I'm saying that to say that let me go over what I was saying that make me to go into this. There is a way you behave. That behavior is based on a compulsion. That compulsion is based on a mental nudge. That mental nudge is based on your frequency. I'll take that again. When you are at a frequency of Poverty. You will be having mental nudges compelling you to take action. For example, go and do, is it oblate? I what they call it. Is it oblate? Go and do oblate. Or to spend money. To go and just spend. Why? You are in a mental state that is making you to behave in a certain way. If you don't know that the way you are behaving is based on your mental state, if you don't know that, you will be wondering, why am I behaving this way? You are worrying about what you are doing. You are not worrying about what is causing it. The day you fix what is causing it, solution has come. But if you don't fix what is causing it, you know what will happen? You'll just be frustrated that you are not doing what you want to do. Again, behavior follow frequency. Behavior follow state of consciousness. So these people are compelled to do what they need to do to manifest their desired reality, because they are already one with it from the level and standpoint of their frequency. They're already one with it. Anytime you are lacking motivation or you need motivation, that is a sign that you are separated from your desired reality, period. That's a sign that you are separated from your desired reality, period. So you don't need motivation. What you need is an internal recalibration. You don't need motivation. What you need is internal recalibration. Immediately you are internally recalibrated, you will naturally have motivation. Guys, stop looking for motivation. Immediately you deal with that internal recalibration, you will have motivation. You will have motivation. You will not be able to do what you have not created, that internal state that will make you to do it. Anytime you are lacking motivation, you don't need motivation. You need internal recalibration. Internal recalibration to bring you to a frequency that resonates with your desired reality. Remember, behavior follow frequency. 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 Behavior is what makes people to be in poverty, lack, unable to stay in a relationship, always full of sadness, not having a job, not having money to spend. Is behavior. They are all behavior. Because behavior follow frequency. So there is a way you are living. There's a frequency you are at that is making you to behave in a certain way that is attracting some reality to your life. So as you go into as you start 2026, rather, be conscious about this. Because look, if you're not conscious about this and deal with it, you just say, I'm procrastinating. You are procrastinating because you have not internally calibrated. You don't need motivation. You need an internal recalibration to bring you to a frequency that resonates with your desired reality. This is why action is not the solution. Willpower is not the solution, but rather internal realignment or recalibration is the solution. Internal realignment or recalibration is the solution. If you are lacking motivation to apply for a job because of your previous disappointment, that is an evidence that you are not in alignment with getting a job internally. So an individual that is unfit and unhealthy internally, we find it very difficult to go to the gym. When you are in a state of consciousness that align with your desired reality, you will be naturally compelled to take action. Naturally compelled, as in in fact, you will be naturally compelled to take action. You will even, how will you forget? You can, even when it's raining, you carry your bag and go to the gym. Even when it's a situation that I want to stand up, this to tell you that not saving is not about what you are earning. Not saving is because you are in a frequency, like I said, in the honeymoon with poverty. Honeymoon with poverty. You are in a frequency of poverty, is why you are not saving. It's not the amount you are earning. Because no matter the amount you are earning, you can see save. Even if it's 5%, even if it's 10%, you can see save. You can see save. So if you find it difficult to save or invest, it's because you are still in honeymoon with the frequency of poverty and not internally in alignment with the frequency of wealth. You are not internally in alignment with the frequency of wealth. This is the reason why some people think someone is after them from the village, because they just are unable to take the right action in their life. They just cannot take the right action. So when you see a poor man that still will not walk, that still does not want to walk, that still does not want to walk, until I understood this, in church sometimes we organize seminars for people to be able to what's the name? To be able to learn how to be able to make a living. Do you know the interesting thing? The majority of the people that did it don't show up. The majority of people that need that seminar don't show up. The majority of people that show up are the people that are comfortable, that can take care of themselves. Then if you ask yourself, I've been wondering, why is he not coming? Is he not? Don't blame people when they are not taking some action. Like this program every evening. Some people are able to make it at least once or twice a month. Some people after 3-4 months, one thing or the other, But for me, I deal with adults, so I don't even bother if you are not able to show up. Why? Because I feel you don't need it. If you need it, you show up. What I'm trying to say is that if you are in the frequency, you show up. If you are not in the frequency, you won't. Nobody can compel you. You have to be in the frequency. You have to be in that state of consciousness for you to be able to show up. And if you are not in that state of consciousness for you to be able to show up, nothing can make you show up. Same for other things in life. Same for other things in life. Same for other things in life. So when you see a poor man that still does not want to work, when opportunity to work shows up, it's not village people. It's because it's still doing honeymoon with frequency of poverty. Procrastination is an indication of stagnation of energy. Procrastination is an indication of stagnation of energy. Remember that reality are based on action that are from a mental nudge, which comes from an intuition, which is from your frequency or your state of consciousness. So the stagnation of energy is actually between the mental nudges and taking action. 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 This stagnation of energy arises from the fact that you are trying to take action when you are in a different state of consciousness and frequency. This then make you to give 1,001 reasons and 1,001 excuses why You are unable to take action. In this situation, the issue is not the action, but rather the state of consciousness that make you to be in the frequency that make it easy to take action. The situation is not taking action, but rather the fact that you are not in a state of consciousness that make you to be in a frequency that compel you to take that necessary action. The one way to stop procrastination and lack of motivation to take frequency is to take frequency first. Remember, frequency first, action after. Frequency first, action after. Someone is there. Frequency first, action after. Frequency first, action after. Frequency first, action after. To change your frequency is to be in alignment with that desired reality. You need to change your frequency. You need to change your frequency. You need to be in alignment with the desired reality. You need to be in alignment with the desired reality. So how do you create the frequency for what you want? Number one, through your belief. Your belief, number one. Number two, your emotionally charged thought. And this can be achieved through visualization. Number three, through your perception. Number four, through your focus. Number five, through your reaction. Number six, through your conviction. So, you want to be in the frequency of going to the gym. You want to be in the frequency of going to the gym. You need to be one with that situation, right? So what do? Spend more time visualizing yourself in the gym. Do you know that an experiment was conducted of two sets of people to learn piano? One set, they were learning piano physically and playing it. Second set, they were playing piano in their mind for the same hour every day, like 2 hours. They will just be playing piano in their mind, visualizing themselves playing piano. They did that for days, and they went to check their brain. You know, when you learn something new, a new synaptic connection is forming in your brain. When you learn, every time you learn, your brain structure is changing. Every time you learn, your brain structure is changing. Every time you learn, your brain structure is changing. Every time you learn, your brain structure is changing. Every time you learn, your brain structure is changing. Every time you learn, your brain structure is changing. Every time you learn. So, these people have similar changes in their brain structure, even though one was doing it through what? Visualization. The other one was doing it actively. Does that make sense to you? Does that make sense? That tells you how powerful visualization is. So by visualizing and feeling the feeling of someone in that reality, you can bring yourself to that frequency, to that state of consciousness, to that frequency, to that state of consciousness. You are procrastinating in applying for a job. If you are procrastinating applying for jobs, so get into a state of consciousness that shows that you already have a job. Expressing through the way you express it in your belief, emotionally charged thought, through your perception, the way you perceive things, what you see. You know, your perception is so important. Your perception is so important. Whenever there's an issue, the way you see it, the way you interpret it is so important. It's most of the time, it's not really about that thing. It's about the way, thank you. It's about the way you perceive it. It's not really about that thing. It's about the way you perceive it. The way you perceive things is so important, ladies and gentlemen. Because the way you perceive things is what determines how you feel. And how you feel is what determines the reality you experience in your life. As I round up this session this morning, all these set in motion inside you, that frequency of your desired reality, and this give you intuition and mental nudges, and hence being able to take action without procrastination. The action now become easy because you are already in that desired reality. This is the first session this morning. Let me hear from you. I have a few people that have arrived in the physical location while some are on their way. But while we are waiting for them, I would like to hear, let me hear from those that are here first. Those that, okay, what's your name? Blessing, okay. Blessing. Many of you, I only, what's the name? Get to hear from you. So let me hear from you, those here on ground, those online. A number of you joined late, but I know a few people that joined earlier will come to you later on. So let me hear from those of us that are here. I know Blessing joined us in the middle. Sorry, remind me of your name, please. Faith, okay, how about you? Faith and Faithful, okay. Are you siblings? You guys are interesting. Okay, so Faith and Faithful came in first. Yes. What did you pick up from what we discussed? But you can't force him to drink the water. Yeah.
Remind that the goals that you have set, you want to achieve them. Even despite the many conferences or meetings you have studied, if I as an individual am not here ready, I've not brought that forward, I'm ready to achieve this. Like there's no that motivation, there's nothing motivating me. I'll keep on coming until I build motivation to say I have set this and I must achieve this, not just achieve it, I must live by it and it must become an internal pattern.
All right. Yes. Yeah. Yeah. Yes, they feel guilty that they're not able to make it, yeah? Yes.
Motivate yourself to be able to push through and go more. And also, I add that procrastination is the people used to say procrastination is the thief
Of time.
Yeah, but this procrastination thing sometimes you like you want to do it, but your body won't want you to do it without pointing right. So I don't see that this is procrastination. I will make it to like since my body does not want to do it.
The act of not doing it when you want to do it is procrastination. And the reason is because you don't have the willpower or motivation to do it at that time. Yes. If it's not compulsory, that's why if the reason you call it procrastination is because you have to do it. Do you understand? Some people have lost a lot of opportunity because of procrastination. Some people have lost, they say, apply for that job, apply. Hey, I will do it, 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 I will do it. Because maybe for him today, we need about 1 hour, I need to do some things. He just don't have the energy to go and do those things. You understand? And I'm saying that the reason why you don't have that energy is because you are not, if you have not created that thing internally, it will be tough for you to achieve it externally. Behaving in a certain way is a sign of the state of your consciousness internally. It's just basic. A sign of your internal state of consciousness. And because it's a sign of internal state of consciousness, if you don't change that internal state, if you don't change it, nothing will change on the outside. Because internal state, that consciousness is look at it. Just like some parents, they said their children want him to read. But the child, they said, do you know there's nobody that's lazy? I hope you know. I hope you know there's nobody that's lazy. There's nothing, no such thing as a lazy man. There's nothing like that. That person you say is lazy, go and check it. There are some things he does and does very well. He doesn't like reading, but he might like playing football. That's a typical teenager. He loves playing football, but he doesn't like reading. Or he can spend time drawing. But he will not read. And you say it's lazy. It's not lazy. He just have preference. He just have preference. if you don't get that child to a point where he's now having a consciousness, being in a mental state of consciousness that shows that he's now motivated and make him motivated to read, he will not. That's why even when you talk to him, he will do it and then stop. Yes. Okay, but I'm sure you have picked up something, blessing.
Okay, what I understand, the fact that you said that if you are not internally aligned,
Yes.
that's one of the major reasons
Why you are stuck.
So your body alone says already stressed. But if mentally, just like if you are mental, how would I put it? If you are not stressed mentally, there's this push you out that I must do it.
Yes,
like
yes,
immediately.
yes.
But if you are not if you are tired mentally, physically,
Yeah.
you don't know how
Yeah.
you'll be able to do it.
Yeah.
And also, what I get again is that procrastination is an indication of stagnation of
Energy. Yeah.
Moving forward, when I see that I'm supposed to do something and I'm not doing it, I'll check myself internally.
Exactly. So you understand? And I like that statement. When you are supposed to do something, just check. It's a sign that you are not aligned. Don't worry or get bothered or be disturbed. Check internally first. Are you in the state that shows that you are ready for this thing? You are prepared for this thing. You are mentally prepared, alert, and ready for this thing. Or you are not. And if you are not, try all the effort. You just keep trying. Try the effort. Just nothing. So it's really like, why is it I put so much effort and it seems as if nothing is happening? Because it's not mentally ready for it yet. Yes, Ekene.
Mine is a question actually.
Okay, go ahead.
And what about when we talk about it's still relating to procrastination? So what about the time when you struggle with making a decision, and because because the struggle is because of the fact that you have played the outcomes of that decision, both positively and negatively, and then what then is are you still about that making decisions?
No,
Why
this is
like
not
that?
the okay. Go ahead.
But
Go ahead.
I'm saying because it's some sort of it's still procrastination. You are procrastinating, you are delaying in making a decision that because you supposedly have looked at the outcome both positively and negatively.
And so when you say you have looked at, is it that it's not good? If it's not good, you are not procrastinating. And it's not good for you. You are not doing it. If it's good and you are not doing it, that would be where the procrastination is. Do you understand what I'm saying now? If it's good and you're not doing it, that's what that means this thing is good. It's something I should do, and I'm not doing it. But if it's something I should not do, based on my evaluation, why will I want to? I've evaluated and it's not. But if it's something I have to do and I'm finding it, I'm reluctant. And this validation might be that I forgot. It didn't even occur to me. You'll be looking at, I'll do it later. 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 And then you're not able to do it. And like I said, it becomes more dangerous when it's something that is critical you have to do. It's a different thing when it's okay. If you don't do the consequences are not so much. So even though you're affected, like not saving, consequences are not so much. At least it's not immediate. If you still have a job, if you if you don't have a job, that's where the problem is. You understand? Okay. Daniel, join us late. You want to say something? You joined us in virtually, Abby? Okay. Yes, go ahead.
What I think when I hear about if you want to like something to about to take you should like also doing it like you give an example, if you want to go to the gym, that's the provide by like aligning your frequency with the gym so that if you do that you get results.
All right, Mr. Sam.
Yes. I want to just ask.
Okay.
Help some people.
Okay.
Yeah, like you have someone. Okay, as you mentioned, you time it to be lazy, not serious academically, then you try all what you can do.
Okay, the person is
Is a young person, maybe
is he a teenager?
a teenager.
Okay.
You try to do so many.
What does he like to do? because there's nobody that is lazy.
Well, it like friends, it like
Do. Is it like playing video game?
yeah,
Is
it
it like
like watching computer, you can spend the whole day.
doing what?
You know, just looking at computer.
What is it doing? Watching movie?
A movie,
Uh-huh.
cartoon.
Uh-huh.
You can do that from
Morning till night. What else does it like to?
To church, you can go to church from morning
Till night.
till the next day.
What will you be doing in church?
So just to be there, doing any activities, and
Okay.
then you like doing home activities.
Okay.
So walk.
So it's not a, you see what I'm saying? It's not a lazy person.
You can work from morning
Till night.
The concern is it's academic.
No. Wait now. Hold on. Is that person is not a lazy person? That person, assuming he's an adult, with the way I would have to deal with it is different. But because the person is young, first of all, you need to create that motivation for him to read. So let me give you an example. If I, since there's something he wants to, so for example, if I want my son to, it's holiday, so I said, look, you have to balance what you are watching. So if you are going to watch your football, play your game, if you want that, you need to do this first. Now, because he's looking forward to this, now he's giving time to do this. He's interested in doing this. Not because he likes this, but because he will not have time, maybe another 4 or 5 hours to do this one. So he has, because like I was saying, I don't know if you heard when you were in transit, that for teenagers and young people, their willpower is not developed. And because it's not, that's why they need a parent to be able to guide, assist, to be able to take the right decision. Else they will just do the one they like alone at the expense of the other. But if it's an adult, full-blown adult, he has what it takes. What he now needs to do is to get himself into that state where he finds it easy to take that decision, because he's an adult. It's difficult to police you up and down as an adult. You have to be able to take that decision and do it by yourself. Let me go to people online. Online, those that join us early. Yes, Messi joined us early. Hello, Messi. Hello, Messi. Messi, can you hear me? Messi, I can see your hand on the screen. Okay, maybe it's in a place where
I can hear you, sir. Sorry, I was having issues with my phone. Good morning, sir. Good morning, everybody.
Morning.
Yes, sir. Thank you very much for the session. So, what stood out for me during the course of your session, when you said when we're not in alignment with our desired reality, so if
Yeah.
we're struggling to act or carry out our goals as a result of procrastination, it likely means that there's an internal, a state of consciousness, our belief systems about that particular thing is not in alignment with what we actually want to see eventually. So able to fix like the cause, we'll be able to see a different result. So yeah.
All right. Thank you. Who else joined us early? iPhone. Did you join us early? Hello? Okay, I think iPhone is busy. Victoria Ezekiel. Hello, Victoria. Hello, Victoria.
Hello, good morning, sir.
Morning, yeah. Go ahead.
Yes, I didn't join early.
Okay, you join early, okay.
Yes.
Malik. Malik? Malik, are you there? Okay, yeah, Temitope joined. Temitope? Hello, Temitope.
Yes, good morning, sir.
Morning.
Good morning, everyone. All right. Thank you so much, sir, for what you dished out this morning. Okay, not to go over what others have highlighted. Another thing that stood out for me, I understand that action most time can be distracting
Yes.
when internalization have not been fully, cultivated. And you also said willpower also without internalization is not sufficient, to bet our desired reality. So for me, I understand it's not about getting to just do, but there must be a formation of acceptance that I'm doing this, seeing the end even before the beginning commences, the desired result, what you're expecting, the outcome. And once that is settled in the mind, accepted, and then action is taken, then it actually gets the desired result at the end of the day. And also, our mental state of consciousness, you say it matters most, like it matters a lot. And also emotion, if we don't learn to deal with our emotion, it can either mar what we are working towards or help us. So we just have to be at a high level of consciousness and learn to develop our emotions. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Any other contribution online? I didn't know other people that came in early.
Thank you, sir. Yes, we join only early too.
See this man. Which one? Who is that? Okay, billionaire. Let me. Where are you? I thought you'd be here by now.
We will be on our way very soon.
Okay. All right. Go ahead.
So I learned that calibration that I talk about, that if you are still poor or you are finding it very difficult to invest or to save, it means you are still in the same frequency with poverty, as in you even said you say only so you say it's no motivation you actually need. You need to go and increase that calibration, the frequency.
Yeah, you need to be in that state. Yes,
sir. Thank you.
All
We are
right.
coming now.
All right, all right. Thank you. Okay. We'll be moving on to the next session. For those that join us late, I talked about. Okay, yes, Messi. I can see your hand. Please go ahead, Messi.
Thank you very much, sir. So what I have is a question.
Go ahead.
It's a question. So you mentioned that one of the ways we can, have our desired realities is by fixing our belief systems, right, which can ultimately help us be in alignment, and also visualizing what we want to see in our lives. So I think I sort of like understand ultimately fixing our belief systems, going internally and finding the root cause. Okay, do I really believe what it is I say I want to see? What are those belief systems that are limiting me from seeing results, right? But like having to like visualize, like how long is that going to go on for? Like I'm expecting to see this, I'm struggling in this area. So I just like keep visualizing myself being in that perfect state. I hope you get what I'm trying to
continue to do it until you get to the point where you yourself will notice you are now being motivated naturally. Because the goal is to create a new neural connection in your mind that make it easier for you to be able to take those decisions. You need to be the goal is to put yourself in a mental state of consciousness that make it easier to take that decision. That's why I gave that illustration of people playing piano from their mind and don't playing piano physically. And what happened in their mind as a result of that what happened in their minds. And because those things that happen in their mind as a result of that is an evidence of what is changing in their consciousness because of what they are doing physically. It just to let you understand the fact that a lot can happen just by visualization. A lot can happen. It's called the power of visualization. You know, someone put it this way. I like to use this scripture. I think it's in 1 Corinthians. I should have read it when we're doing this session. 1 Corinthians 3:18, or is it 2 Corinthians? I think it's 2 Corinthians. 2 Corinthians 3:18. It says that, but we all with an open face, beholding as in a glass the glory of the Lord, are changed into that same image from glory to glory. Are changed. So if you behold it long enough, if you visualize it long enough, you will become it. You will become it. Internally, you are going to. The goal is to create it internally, so you become it. So at the end of the day, it's like you are now like someone who is doing that thing regularly. So you have to continue that visualization until you are able to achieve it. Until you begin to see the results yourself if you do it long enough. So you can decide to make maybe every day in the morning, 30 minutes in the afternoon. It depends. Because if you already created that image, then you can repeat it in your mind. If you're able to create it, it's like I've watched a movie and then I want to watch the movie again. Then I want to watch the movie again. Then I want to watch the movie again. This is the power we have as human, the power of imagination. Unfortunately, we use our imagination to imagine very terrible things, imagine negative things about ourselves. But the same mind can imagine positive things, you know. So what we are doing now is training ourselves to now be deliberate about the things we imagine in our mind. Do you understand?
Yes, I do. Thank you very much.
All right. Thank you very much. All right. Any other question? Online, offline? Any other question? Okay. Okay. Yeah.
For example, okay, to wash clothes. Okay, I want to wash my clothes.
Mhm.
No, first day you pack it.
You are seeing it. You see the clothes yourself. But you don't even know how to. What is now saying? What is happening now?
So I'm thinking that okay, if it is affecting just basic thing, that means there are so many
Other things affecting.
and that is causing a lot of disaster that is not even manifesting yet.
Yes, exactly.
So
No,
that's
you're very correct, because you know sometimes, and that's the painful thing about life. Sometimes you have a loss, but you don't know you have a loss, as an unconscious loss. You could have done this thing 3-4 years ago, and if you have done it, if you have done it, and if you have done it, you would have been able to do this, but because you did not do it. So, but you can't quantify the loss.
Yeah, I noticed something.
Mm.
If you cannot do something now, I say I will do next year. I begin to notice that next year you will
You not do it.
So you're expecting that tomorrow. It needs to disturb me now. So if I don't want to do this, I can't do it now.
So for that kind of for if it's clothing, if it's chores, for example, my suggestion is, because for if the person can afford it, just get a laundry. Tell the laundry to come a particular time of the week and pay the person to do it if you can afford it. If you can't afford it, you need to, sometimes also when you set systems, it can help you to be able to avoid procrastination. It's not solving the internal problem. Setting systems is not solving the internal problem, but it's still helping you to do what you want to do. Only that now, if you don't have the wisdom to set that system, you will still not be able to do what you need to do. So let me give you an example. So we have phones, and the beauty of our phone is that our phone have reminders. So you can decide to set up a reminder to remind you of something that you want to do. Now, that's a system. But if it's that thing, remind you, you still have to do that thing. At least the reminder are fixed forgetfulness, so you can't claim you forgot. Now you can now see where you still need to be in that state of consciousness. You still need to be in that state of consciousness to be able to, because if the system can fix the issue of reminder, but if you are not in that state of consciousness, you might still find it difficult to still do. In fact, it's just like some people, this one now is for sleep. People that sleep, I sleep alarm. I wake up, I that where's the alarm? Let me continue my sleep. You understand that kind of. So for me, the ultimate solution would be for me to align internally, and visualization can help you achieve that a great deal. And the goal is to create that neural connection in your brain to put you in that state of consciousness to be able to find it easy to do. To find it easy to do. There's so much you can achieve if we learn to use our mind. And I think you need to do something about it in the new year. There's so much you can achieve. You learn to need to use your mind. That you just spend some time every day meditating and using your mind to visualize. You should be able to visualize how you want the day to be. What do you want to see in the day? How do you want? You should be conscious of that. It's something we should make up our mind that we want to do regularly. If you don't do it, then it will be very difficult for us to achieve our desired reality. So moving on to the next one. The next one is on addiction. It's similar to what we've talked about.